Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Wednesday, May 6th, 2015. Had to think of the year. I still have this problem with 2015. Maybe I'm just denying that we're actually in 2015. You know, I can remember back in 1999 when they pretty much said the world was going to end and all the computers were going to crash and the power was going to go out and everything else because of this 2000 millennium bug, I think it was called, or something like that. And a lot of people made a lot of money. Well, not a lot of people, but definitely IT people that could code made a lot of money, and consulting firms that could sell a refrigerator to an Eskimo made a lot of money too. Anyway, yesterday the shocking number here was international trade. Let's take a peek at that. The deficit was $51.4 billion, and the talk here about the GDP number that came out a week or so ago may have to be revised downward and into the negative column, as it says here. Into the negative column. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, non-manufacturing index, that one turned out okay, within range. Today we have the AAPL employment report and productivity and costs. And then in the afternoon, the EIA petroleum status report. And then we got a bunch of people talking here. Big wigs at the Fed. Ooh, the Fed. Okay. Enough about that. Let's see what's going on across the ponds. Asia, I would have to say bearish. And Europe, bullish. That's usually a good sign for us. Asia is usually a day behind, and Europe is half a day ahead. So, might be a good day for us. So let's see. Just for kicks here, I'm going to actually close this and see if I can. I have a Sony Vaio computer, and you can probably hear the fan running in the background because the microphone's kind of close. Now, why they would put the CPU right at the front of this unit, so it's right where my left hand rests, and I guess I don't have any repetitive stress syndrome in that hand, because when I'm sitting at my laptop, it's always got warmth around it. But I'm not talking about warmth, I'm talking about hot. When I put my fingers over where the outlet of the fan is, it's hot. So they try to cram more and more stuff into a smaller space. But anyway, it's right at the front, so the vent that takes the air in for the CPU is practically flat on the table. So I'm going to try to elevate this a little bit. Maybe just like the thickness of a paint stir stick or something like that, and see if that helps, because this fan is very irritating, and I know you guys can hear it because I listen to these recordings once in a while for quality purposes, and I can hear it. I try to think about maybe I should have a studio, with soundproof walls and stuff like that, but what good is it going to do if I have a laptop that sits here screaming at me with a fan? My wife has a Dell. I'm not a big fan of Dell, but the price was right at Sam's Club on that baby. I think we got a real deal on that. And her fan hardly ever runs, and she has it sitting on her lap. So clothes and legs and stuff like that are blocking most of the vents, and her fan hardly ever turns on. Maybe there's something running in here that shouldn't be. I don't know. But anyway, be that as it may, I can kind of drifted off there. Sorry about that. Futures here looking good. Gold is at 1190. Still can't quite get it that 1200 mark, but oil is well above the $60 mark here, so it's creeping up, and it's up $1.41 overnight. It's a little bit scary to me. The dollar is at 95, and against the euro it's $1.12, so the dollar is weakening against the euro right now. And our SPX trade here is that today? Because it was minus $5 this morning, a little while ago. Did it actually trade? No, I don't know what's going on there. That's kind of weird. Here is a chart on it. Oh boy, a little bit freaked out here when this happened. But I think we're still okay with this trade here. And all these trades are going to work out, but I'll talk about SPX when we get to it. Kick off here with Apple. Lead-off hitter is Apple. Yes, okay. So, let me focus in a little bit more on this here. And we'll get this month's expiration in there. Alright. Apple is not looking real happy, but I don't really know what to do with Apple yet. So we'll just wait and see what's going on there. A lot of these we're still waiting for them to settle down. It may take maybe a good portion of this week. Amazon is definitely consolidating. I just have a feeling it's going to want to fill this gap. Whether it does it slowly or quickly, I don't know. BIDU just is so incredibly gappy, it's unbelievable. Let's get rid of this. Right. Yeah, I think we need a little bit more time with that. It's just starting into a new downtrend, and we're going to need, I'm guessing that, oops, change this over to my target. I'm guessing we're going to go with a bear call on this sometime in the near future. So we'll set up that target. Chipotle, should have got in on it yesterday. I just totally forgot. I just got involved in an outdoor project yesterday, so totally forgot about this. Even as I was checking the market from my phone, checking Thinkorswim from my phone, I just forgot about these Chipotle and Costco. Both of them, they're going back on the list for today. And these are alertables, so that's what I'm going to do. That's what I should have done yesterday, was put an alert on these things. Put an alert right here. There we go. And then we'll put an alert on Costco as well. Costco's almost ready, though, to fall off of my list here if it goes down too much more. Alright, let's take a look at the Dow. Alright, so we have a little bit of a wedge going on here too. We're going to look at the weekly, and I'm saying two. What I mean by that is there is definitely a wedge going on the S&P. So we have a wedge going here also. Fix this up here. There we go. And when I see a flat resistance line and then an upward climbing wedging going on here, from past experience, this is telling me that the next move is going, the break is going to be to the downside. Of course, I'm always kind of bearish anyway, aren't I? Gold is flying all over the place. The short call that we have at this at 120 is going to expire totally useless. Which, let's take a look here at this. It's down to 0.07, so it's down to 7 cents. If it gets down to a nickel, I can buy it back without any transaction costs, and then I can turn around. So I'm going to put an order in here for a nickel, 0.05. And we'll send that out there. Okay, so when we buy that back, then I can come over here and do something for when? For when? June? What's June 120? June 120 is 71 cents. Well, that's not too bad. I'll take 70 cents. So that's what I'm going to shoot for. I could make it like a contingent order, or some sort of order that says that if I buy that other one back for a nickel, that I can sell this one. But I don't know what the price is going to be, so we'll just wait. We'll wait. Alright, let's go over and take a look at Google. Time's a waste in here. Let's go. Google, new downtrend. Target. I'm calling it. LinkedIn, definitely in a downtrend. Yeah, it is definitely down there. Target. Okay. NDX. New downtrend on NDX. Would I want to... I still have a little bit of a conflict here. There's still a resistance line here on the upside is in an upward direction still yet. So we have this is called a megaphone. You could call it that if I leave this line the way that it is, but I also could draw an upward trending channel based on these same dates, which is what it would be if we are to say activate and move this over to here. So now we have a channel. We still have resistance down here, or support I should say. Alright, Netflix. There's the conflicts between the weekly and the monthly on there, so, or the weekly and the daily, so I'm staying away from it. Back to Netflix, NDX here for a second. If we get a move towards the bottom of this channel, which is kind of where we are now, I still may go for a bull put on this. So if we get knee-jerk here, we'll take a look at it. This is not an automatic signal that I'm going to get in. We just looked at Netflix, did we not? Yes, we did. And I can't tell what I want to do with that at this time. There's no momentum in any direction. Maybe, never mind. Never mind. Earnings coming up on Priceline. Never mind. Russell. Definitely we are in a new downtrend on the Russell, so we're going to throw a little target up here. Would I be interested today? I would be. I'm going to throw an alert down here just to wake me up and say, hey, Mr. Guru, get over here and take a look at this. Okay. SPX, talk for a moment about SPX. As soon as it comes up here. There we go. SPX, we have this type of wedge here, which, as I mentioned, I'm expecting a break to the downside. Although we're going to get a nice pop today, 7 points, which would bring us up to 96 or so. So the open it should open right around here, and maybe move up, or maybe just stay flat. I don't know if we don't get a big candle here. If we don't get a movement, say up like 12 or 13, somewhere around there, I'm thinking that we are in a downtrend. So some of you might remember my good old-fashioned, what I call the 510 Iron Condor, which you could go back and take a look at that video or the post on my blog if you would like. But the 510 Iron Condor basically looks like this. So this is a June 1 expiration, and this is based on prior to the market open yesterday. All I'm really doing is looking at June 1. I'll go to June 1. All I'm really looking at is a bull put at a 5 delta and a bear call at a 10 delta. That's why I call it a 510 Iron Condor. And according to this, we would collect like 60 cents off of this thing. And I set the date here to 6/5 so we can see where 1 standard deviation is right now. Of course, everything kind of moved down a little bit yesterday. Well, kind of. It did definitely move down yesterday. So these have changed now. So I would take this out of here. And let's go back over here and look at June 1 once again, which is 30 days out. And I had to go to all here in order to get, let's go 60. In order to get my 5. See, I can't even get my 5 up here with 60, so I have to go back to all. 60, I need a 5 on the delta, 5 on the delta. Okay, so here we are, 280, 265, there's actually like 3 of them that have a 5 delta right now, so I'll just say I want to sell that vertical, and I have to go to a 10 delta on the call side. Oops, and we'll pick this one out here at 11. And here we are, based on 6.5. Oh, what happened here? This is not right. That's it. Yeah, I think that we are a little bit skewed here this morning. I would have to say something in here is goofy. 2170, 15 and 50. So that's almost as much as a 20 delta for credit, because 20 deltas generally on SPX are pulling in 70 to 75 cents if you go 30 days out, and this one is pulling in 65. So that's, I think something skewed here. Look at this volatility though, 10%. Are you kidding me? On the call side? Wow. What is that telling us? Wow. That's unbelievable. Yeah, it's 10.3. Wow. Anyway, we have to look at it after the market opens and see what this looks like. But that's how you set it up, basically. There's a lot of risk to the downside is what this is telling us right now. When you have double the IV on the downside compared to the upside, that's telling us something. Definitely. That's a little bit worrisome. You know, on this SPX trade here, on all accounts. This SPX trade, if it ends up positive today, I think I'm going to close it. I'm a little bit nervous about that IV down there. But anyway, back to this. Yes, the 510 Iron Condor definitely has possibilities with an expiration 30 days out, which would make it June 1. So first expiration in June is right here on June 5th for the weeklies. So that's what I would be looking at. What the hey there. There we go. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. This is skewed and scary. Alright, so that's it. For today, we're not going to look at Tesla. I suppose we could look at Tesla. Let's go ahead. Take a look at Tesla. Come on. Earnings after the market today should be interesting. Should be interesting. Okay, now we're done. That's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.